Let's do this. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all settle down, 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 settle down. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the name of GODGOTHAM game, and welcome back to the channel. The second show.
Alright, y'all, look at the thumbnail. Y'all see the title, and today we got vid2, and this is the best new anime of summer 2022. I wonder what they're gonna be, man. You know, I'm curious. I want to see some new animes. You know what I'm saying? I think. Well, I know for a fact that it's gonna be Bleach up though. Cause Bleach coming out in October. What? Bleach, Chainsaw Man. What else? It's a lot. It's a lot. I think it's a lot of stuff. But you already know, man. Link up down in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, we almost at 1,000, which is not bad. Like I say, it's just, you know, slow and steady, bro. But yeah, man, them things up there. Follow your boy. Them things up there, especially at TikTok. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. TikTok kind of fun now. TikTok fun. But you already know my slogan. I am the greatest and the worst. I am GODGOTHAM. Let's get to the video and see what this is gonna be.
This is the season with a lot of sleeper hits, a lot of new anime that I didn't expect much from coming in, only to find myself pleasantly surprised with what we ended up with. I'm here to give you what I think are the best new anime that this summer 2022 season has to offer. By the way, I'm not going to be including sequels because I'm here to showcase some things that you might want to pick up.
So you gonna pray? Okay, so let's see these right here. Then.
Summoner is the title. I'll be starting my list with. Time for an isekai this early? Black Summoner isn't a strong contender for the #1 best anime of the season, but that doesn't mean it can't be someone's cup of tea. And so far, I've appreciated the ride in watching Kelvin bring his Blood Knight tendencies into his new life. Having a battle-hungry protagonist does seem to be a breath of fresh air. I mean, it's been a while since we've had one of these people who just basks in the moment and just gives it his all. It's not as much a different take on an isekai, but it certainly doesn't feel as trite as the genre's reputation might make you think. However, the show can use some work in raising stakes or giving us more hype moments. It's been a serviceable isekai so far, but with a little more improvement, it could be even better. Next in line,
I feel like ever since or online came, bro, it's just been a lot of these. It's just been a lot of them. It's been a lot of them type on anime, and like I said, I ain't mad at it. I like them. Let's get it.
Is Engage Kiss.
Engage Kiss. Comedy, romance, and action.
Engage Kiss has been a show that's really intrigued me coming into the season. Being an original anime, there's not a lot of source to draw from, and the premise alone gives it the reputation of being a hybrid rom-com with some slapstick and action thrown in. After the first few episodes, I think that my expectations were met, and while this won't be anywhere close to being the anime of the season, I did actually find myself entertained. The show isn't just decent though. If we look at it, it's a mishmash of different genres and tropes, but when it comes to the production quality, Engage Kiss really shines. The character designs are very attractive, and you can easily get a feel of the personalities that they're supposed to represent. Plus, the animation is nothing short of spectacular. However, it doesn't bring too much new stuff to the table, but in areas that my non-reviewer self really cares about, like, you know, pretty characters, the tropes I've always had fun with, and great art, it's one that I really love.
I probably need to check that out, man. I might need to check that out, man. I'm just saying. I gotta what's called back my Crunchyroll, man. I gotta what's called my Crunchyroll back up. Let's go.
Next up, we have Futo Pi.
Action, mystery, and supernatural.
When the season started, I wasn't so sure what to make of this one. The show itself does seem enjoyable, but I just wondered how Kamen Rider would translate into the full-blown anime format. It just seems to be a match made in heaven, but with this being one of the few such endeavours, you never know. Overall, I will say that it is thrilling, yet it never delves too much into the serious moments, and it does do a good job in forming an interplay between that and the light-hearted moments. It's also got some smooth animation that we'll never see in live action, so that's a plus too. Love yourself some action with a dash of mystery and supernatural? Then Fruitopia might be your jam for this season. As a standalone detective show, it's enjoyable, and there's a lot to keep you engaged, both the actual story and the fighting, as expected of its tokusatsu roots. Parallel World Pharmacy is next.
Fantasy.
There's nothing that inspires too much confidence Parallel World Pharmacy set up with the rest of its reincarnation brethren. Note that I didn't say different, because to its credit, the way the story's set up is quite fresh. It gives off that kingdom-building vibe, where a doctor gets to have a second go at his real-world frustrations in another world, while simultaneously trying to fix the state of the fantasy world and its culture. All in all, Parallel World Fantasy excels in capturing that chill vibe. Whereas a lot of isekai are about adventures and quests to save the world, Parallel World Pharmacy relishes in the easygoing atmosphere that it has. Sure, it's not completely slice of life with a few complications like, say, the first Princess Connect season, but still very chill while giving us some more subtle digs at the wrongs of society. The overall positive atmosphere exuded by the art and the character designs serve to support that purpose, and I think that this is a nice change of pace from the usual isekai that we've been seeing.
Yeah. Oh. Ah.
Let's move on to a remake now.
Hey, that looked nice. How that worked.
Now, it's Ruby Ice Queendom. Ruby has a storied history in my book. While I won't call it a pop culture phenomenon that exploded into the mainstream, it still flows in and out of public consciousness, and with its decently sized fan base, it didn't come as a surprise that we'd eventually get an actual anime Ruby. As for how well Ice Queendom holds, I think it's done a pretty good job, all things considered. I won't say that Ice Queendom is the remake the Ruby fans had hoped for, because actually in some ways, it's worse than the original material, especially with the rushing, albeit in a way that didn't really detract from it if we're just taking personal opinions from someone who's consumed a lot of light novel adaptations. It was never going to be a fully faithful retelling, a one-on-one rendition of the beloved series but with updated art. But the things that it does do well, like recreating characters and moments in anime style, there is some good to see. The point where it branches off from the mainline story did really actually get me intrigued, and I'm looking forward to the future developments that the team has in store. Watch the original to help yourself enjoy the show better though. As a standalone, it is still a decent watch, and if Ice Queendom's purpose is to be a commercial to get people to check out the original Ruby, I'd say it's a good way to go at it.
Right, that one I had saw on the last one went on. He did. Right off. What type of weapon is that? That's dope. It remind me of that I forget what you call that, but that's that thing for it. Remind me of Gundam Wing, Mobile Gundam Wing. Yeah.
You know, these summer shows are awesome and all, but do you know the real pain of not being able to watch them through guilt-free legal means? Yeah, I mean, I sure do. And that's why I'm here to introduce today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You know, with cybersecurity becoming a bigger concern by the day, and with streaming services trying to one-up each other with region locks, imagine trying to watch something like Parallel World Pharmacy, one of the best ongoing shows, by the way, at the moment, but having zero access to it. It's just a pain to deal with, isn't it? But thankfully, we have ExpressVPN here to help you tap into the supposed potential of the internet to help you cross boundaries like never before. Do you know, in a lot of Asian countries, you can watch anime episodes on YouTube legally through a channel called Muse Asia. Just open ExpressVPN and select the Indian server, and now you can watch dozens of anime on YouTube itself for free. It's easy, right? Providing maximum security and unmatched efficiency, ExpressVPN's your answer to defeat all those online browsing woes. And I can help you get started too. You can click the link in the description box or go to www.expressvpn.com/ViniTube to get 3 months of service for free. It's a deal that's just too good to pass up. Try ExpressVPN today for a faster, safer, and more enjoyable surfing experience. My stepmom's daughter is my ex is next on the list.
Yeah, I heard about that right up, man. I'll plan on wanting to watch that.
Hi, cheese.
さすがに難易度が高すぎる。
Now, this is a show that I was very excited for coming into the season. It's no secret, right, that besides action-filled shonen series, a personal love of mine is the rom-com genre with a lot of misunderstandings, awkward moments, and fan service moments here and there. In this season...
Oh, fan service moments. Yeah.
My stepmom's daughter scratches that itch, and I came out getting way more than I bargained for. I feel that this is the polarizing new anime of this season. However, beneath all of that is what I feel is a genuinely charming story. While the characters are nothing to write home about, critically speaking, it's their dynamic that's made them so endearing, and that's doubly true with our main pair and the numerous mishaps that they experience through the show's run. It's cute, but in a different way that Ayamu from earlier was. Still, it doesn't make it any less fun to watch if you're up for a slightly different brand of rom-com.
お褒めに預かり光栄だ。僕に手を握ってもらわないと眠れないゆめさん。聞こえない。何にも覚えてない。
Let's move on to Yakuza Guide to Babysitting.
I'm gonna just slice of life.
I gotta say, it's been a good year for family anime. We just had
Hey, I may need to watch that.
Spy Family take the world by storm, and feeding off that momentum is Yakuza Guide to Babysitting. This is a show that I didn't expect to feel so good about entering the season, but it actually ended up being one of the more enjoyable ones. A lot of that is due to how fun it is seeing the characters in action. The premise already opened a lot of possibilities for mindless fun, but I instead got a very heartwarming and wholesome tale out of it. I was prepared for dumb fun and craziness like Spy Family, and like the latter, I got a decent dose of gut punches, but in a good way. It's not the most unique show given that we're in 2022, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's great to have anime be something you watch when you just want to lose yourself in sweet moments, bright art, and an overall positive atmosphere to distract yourself from the rest of the world. In that category, this show definitely passes with flying colours.
全部仕事の一つだったはずなのにな。
Opening our last three is Call of the Night. Coming into the season, Call of the Night is the new anime that people have been hyped for. It takes the once popular vampire genre and shines it in a new light, in a different genre that doesn't involve dark romance, full of contrivances and drama, gory and over-the-top fights, or just plain old battle shonen in worlds not too different from our own. Call of the Night instead goes down the romance route, but one that's just full of fan service. Though it's not that Call of the Night is an edgy
Whole lot of fan service over here.
or anything of that sort, and while the characters take a while to like, they serve their purpose well as far as adding flavour to the whirlwind of romance. And given all of that, I'd concede that Call of the Night isn't a show for everyone. As mentioned, yes, the fan service is there, and it does delve into some implications that people might find unfortunate. However, for people
I might need to check this out.
who don't care about those like me, what awaits is an engaging story that happens to fit some relatable themes into it, all while maintaining a cozy feel befitting the calm nights we'd often see in peaceful days, I'd say.
私が教えてやるよ。夜遊びってやつを。
Next spot goes to Uncle from Another World. Following the success of your boy Kong Ming, we've got yet another fish out of water anime, and this one manages to be just as, if not more, fun. Uncle from Another World swaps out the historical for the isekai, and while the tag's negative connotations
I like the drawings. Look nice. Remind me of Mob Psycho.
may actually put people off at first, a quick look at the first episode will tell you that this is nothing near a generic isekai, if it's even one at all, actually. Uncle from Another World's success relies on its fourth wall breaking and meta commentary, which does create comedy that caters to a certain niche, making the show a kind of love it or hate it deal. When it works, and for me, it does work. I particularly love the meta commentary, and it's got a lot of wacky things, like the reaction faces, to further drive home the fact that, yes, you're not supposed to take this show seriously. It is weird, it is wild and unhinged, and it's something you often watch with your brains off and just sitting back for the ride. For those who are part of its target audience, the show works spectacularly, and it's one of the biggest recommendations that I could give you this season. The final anime on the list is Licorice Recoil. little girls being put in the front lines of some special ops isn't a new premise. While I won't say that shows like Princess Principal, Release the Spice, or Aria the Scarlet Ammo took the world by storm, the latest addition to that subgenre, Licorice Recoil, definitely has, and it's by far the biggest surprise of the season. And if not, it's probably second or something like that. So how does this show manage to rise far higher in popularity than its peers right now? Well, admittedly, it's a show that has an average plot with some interesting bits, but let's not kid ourselves here. The true elements carrying the show are the characters and the action. They are excellent, even better than the other peers in its genre, and to be honest, I'm not sure how much of a hot take that is. The fight choreography and how the characters play off each other all do their share of heavy lifting, pushing the show to the top of the popularity charts this season. Overall, this is a show that completely caught me off guard when it comes to reception and entertainment value. I found myself thoroughly having a blast watching each of the episodes, and while I think that the storytelling and backdrop on the world of characters like Chisato show a chance for some added potential, I don't even think that Licorice Recoil needs it that badly. Not now, at least, when it manages to be so satisfyingly entertaining every week. Well, how about sharing your rankings?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, big two, bro. You know, I'm here for all his stuff, man. So you already know his advice and all that. So you already know. Leave it in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe if I do.